Good morning and welcome to Circle Time. Sue, come out. Our friends are back. I hope you had a great winter break last week. We're back to our letter today, letter J, and J is for Jack and the Beanstalk. We're going to make a beanstalk and even grow some beans in a bag. Let's sing our good morning song first, though. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Good morning, good morning. How are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. Hope you are too. I'm fine, I'm fine. Hope you are too. Well, Sue, we need to say hi to Fred and feed Fred, so you can sit down if you'd like to. Fred, how are you this morning? There he is. We missed you, Fred. Good morning. Okay, well, now that we have fed Fred, he's doing great. We'll turn around and see what day it is. The month is still February, and let's reach into our can and see how we will count. Clap our hands. So let's clap and count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Today is February 27th. February 27th. And if you go up to the top, you can see that today's day of the week starts with the letter M. What day starts with the letter M? It is Monday. Today is Monday.
Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday.
Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday.
Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week.
Well, it is time to check the weather, so look outside your window. See what your weather's like today. My weather is a little bit rainy today. What about you? When I do like this, shout it out. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Well, let's dress Weather Bear. Let's put on a t-shirt for Weather Bear. And let's put on some pants, no shorts just yet, and a coat and a hat. And what is the season right now? It's winter. Good job. The season is winter. Well, that was our calendar and weather time. And now it's time for our letter of the day. Today's letter is the letter J. Do you have a J in your name? If your name has letter J, stand up. If your name has letter J, stand up. If your name has letter J, if your name has letter J, if your name has letter J, stand up. Well, today J is for Jack and the Beanstalk. So I decorated my letter J green, like the green beanstalk in the story. So you can color your J green if you like to, using a marker or a crayon. So this is letter J, and now that we can recognize it, we'll practice writing it, and I'm going to show you how. So to make a letter J, you're just going to start at the top. You're going to come down and curve around and give it a top. So down and curve around with a top. Let's practice writing a letter J. You can use your own paper or board. You can even skywrite if you don't have any paper. All right, so let's start at the top. Let's make a line that goes down and curves around. And then we're going to give it a top. Down and curve around with a top. Down and curve around with the top. Down, curve around with the top. That's how you make big letter J. Down, curve around with the top. Down, curve around with the top. Okay, well, that's the big letter J. Let me show you the little letter J. It looks like this. The same. Down, curve around, but instead of a top, we're going to give it a dot. So down and curve around with a dot. Let's practice little letter J. We're going to start downstairs if you're using handwriting paper. Go all the way, curve around in the basement, and then the dot goes upstairs. Down, curve around with a dot. Down, curve around with the dot. Down and curve around with the dot. Down and curve around with the dot. That's the little letter J. I'm checking cheer for you. Can I see your little letter J and big J? Good job. You can get a sticker for handwriting time today, and you can keep practicing if you like to. Well, that was our handwriting time, and now it's time for us to talk about the sound that J makes. J makes the sound J, J, J. Can you try to make that sound too? J, J, J. Good job. J, 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 as in jump, jump, jump. Can you jump with me? J, 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 as in jump, jump, jump. That's the sound that letter J makes. Ready? Let's do it again. J makes the sound J, 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 as in jump, jump, jump. Good job. Well, that was our letter time, and now it's time for us to head over to the art table. We are going to make a beanstalk for our project today. Okay, so here we are at the art table, and I have a paper plate, and I have a straw. I also have some green paper, and I have a hole punch. You can also just use a sharpened pencil to poke a hole. Make sure you get a grown-up to help you punch the hole. All right, so first, and I also have Play-Doh over here. I forgot to say that. So first, we're going to take our Play-Doh. We're going to take just a little piece out, and we're going to fix it right in the middle of the paper plate like that. And then we're going to put our straw right in the middle. Now, if you don't have a straw, you could also use a pencil. So there's my beanstalk. Now we just need to put leaves on here. So I'm just going to take some green paper and cut some leaves. I'm just cutting this way and that way. See, just cut a simple leaf and then poke a hole in the leaf. And then we're going to just slide the leaf down over the straw like that, all the way down. And you're just going to continue doing that. I have some other leaves I've already cut, so I'll show you. Just continue sliding down those leaves. You can change them like around, like move one this way and one that way until you get all the way to the top. And there you have it. We made a beanstalk. Show it to you from the side. Okay, so I'll come back around to the classroom and show you that in a little bit different view. So here it is. There's our little beanstalk that we made. If you have a little Lego figure, you could pretend that that's Jack and let him climb up the little beanstalk today if you'd like to act out the story. So there you go. Well, now it's time for science. And our science activity today is going to be to plant a bean in a bag. So I just have a little Ziploc bag and I have a paper towel that I wet. I wet the paper towel. In fact, I'll show you. I'll wet it a little bit more. It's just a water squirter, or you could just run it under the sink and wet the paper towel and then put it down into the bag. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just take some beans, some real dry beans, and just put them right down into the bag. It's maybe 3 or 4. Okay, and so then I'm going to close up the bag, and I'm going to use some tape to tape this to a sunny window. Because the bag is closed, condensation is going to happen. When the warm sun heats up the bag, the water, the moisture inside may kind of fog up or condense on the bag, but it's going to cool down in the nighttime and fall back down as water and rain. It should keep, if you keep the bag closed, it should keep your beans nice and moist. They're going to get sun and they're going to also get water, so they will start to grow. So that is our little science activity. And now it's time for story time. So our book today is called Jack and the Beanstalk, of course. This version is illustrated by Giuseppe Dall'Ernia. Once upon a time, a boy named Jack lived with his mother in a little cottage. They were very poor and had only the milk from their cow to drink. One day, the cow stopped giving milk. "We need money for food," said Jack's mother. "Take our cow to the market and sell her." Jack set off to the market. On the way, he met an old man who wanted to buy the cow. "I'll pay you with these magic beans," said the man. "They'll grow up to the sky." "Okay," said Jack. He took the beans and gave his cow to the man. When Jack's mother found out what he had done, she was very upset. Had Jack obeyed his mother? I don't think so. I think he should have obeyed his mother. His mother thought so too. She said, "You sold our cow for a handful of beans." She flung the beans out the window. That night, Jack fell asleep, feeling very unhappy. Outside, rain fell on the enchanted beans. The next morning, Jack saw that an enormous beanstalk had grown where the beans had fallen. Jack dashed outside. The towering beanstalk stretched up through the clouds. Where does it go? He wondered. Without giving it a second thought, Jack started to climb the beanstalk. He climbed higher and higher until the cottage was far below. Here he is, climbing up the beanstalk. Wonder what's up top. Well, above the clouds, he found a gigantic castle. He tiptoed into the dining room. "I wonder who lives here," he whispered. There on a huge table was a big bag of shiny gold coins. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. Jack heard heavy footsteps. Thump, thump, thump. Jack ran and hid. An enormous giant appeared. He twitched his nose and sniffed. "Fee, fi, fo, fum." Uh-oh, Jack hid. The giant looked around but couldn't find Jack. He sat down and gobbled up his food and soon fell fast asleep. Jack crept out from his hiding place. He grabbed the big bag of gold coins and ran. Before long, he was climbing back down the beanstalk. Did Jack do the right thing? Should he take something that doesn't belong to him? No, Jack, you didn't obey. You didn't do the right things. Jack and his mother were rich, but they spent too much, and soon the gold coins ran out. Oh no, Jack and his mother this time spent money that they shouldn't have. They were wasteful. So now Jack's climbing back up the beanstalk for more. "Fee, fi, fo, fum," said the giant. He stroked a hen that laid golden eggs. Just as before, the giant could not find Jack, so he gobbled up his food and fell asleep. Jack grabbed the hen and climbed back down the beanstalk. The gold eggs made Jack and his mother rich again, but Jack wanted more. Oh no, Jack, not again. He climbed back up the beanstalk to the castle. Jack found the giant dozing while a golden harp played sweet music. Fee, fi, fo, fum, muttered the giant in his sleep. Jack snatched the golden harp, but it shrieked, "Ooh!" The giant leapt up, chased Jack all the way to the beanstalk. Fee, fi, fo, fum, roared the angry giant as he climbed down the beanstalk after Jack. Mother, fetch an axe, shouted Jack when he reached the ground. With a chop, 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 he cut the beanstalk down. That was the end of the giant. He came down with a big crash and was never seen again. Jack and his mother kept the hen that laid the golden eggs and the golden harp that played sweet music. They lived happily ever after and never saw the angry giant again. Oh my goodness. They may seem happy, but I don't think they made good choices. Oh no, Jack, how could you? Well, it's a fun story and it's a make-believe story, but in real life, we know that the Bible teaches us we should obey our parents, and Jack didn't obey his mother, that we should not steal, and Jack took some things that didn't belong to him, and that we shouldn't be wasteful with our money. And I think Jack and his mother did all three of those things. Well, that's okay. We can read a story and we can have fun, but in real life, we want to obey the Bible and we want to do the things that are right and good and the things that would please God, right, Sue? Well, I hope you had some fun today with J is for Jack. We learned some things from Jack, didn't we? We learned some things that we shouldn't do and some things that we should. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.